You know, behind just about every website and app you use, there's this powerful, totally invisible engine that's busy organizing the absolute chaos of the digital world. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a look at the engine itself, MySQL. So let me ask you something. Think about your online shopping cart, your favorite blog, and maybe a high-powered sales dashboard at work. I mean, on the surface, they seem like they have nothing to do with each other, right? But what if I told you they all share the exact same digital backbone? Yep, the answer is MySQL. It is the web's secret workhorse. It's the database that quietly and reliably manages these massive, and I mean massive, amounts of information that really make our digital lives even possible. And when you start to look at where MySQL pops up, its reach is just astounding. It's the core engine for millions of WordPress sites. It's the system managing every single product, customer, and transaction on countless e-commerce platforms. It feeds data into business intelligence tools like Tableau for deep analysis. It hooks into huge cloud technologies like AWS, and it's pretty much the go-to database for developers building custom apps all over the world. Its presence is, and this is no exaggeration, fundamental to how the web works. Okay, so how does it actually do all of this? How does it keep track of so much information without getting completely tangled up? Well, it all comes down to a really brilliant way of organizing data. MySQL is what's called a Relational Database Management System, or RDBMS. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Think of it as the ultimate digital filing cabinet. Everything gets stored neatly in tables with very specific rows and columns. And to talk to this filing cabinet, to find things, add new information, or update old records, it uses a special language called SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. It's how you ask the database for exactly what you need. And this is what we mean by structured. Take a look at this simple users table. See how clean it is? Each person gets their own row, and their specific details, first name, last name, email, are all sorted into their own columns. It's not just a random pile of data, but you should pay close attention to that first column, the user ID, because it has a very special job. That user ID is what we call a primary key. Think of it like a unique serial number for each person, making sure no two users ever get mixed up. Now, here's where the real magic happens. You can take that user ID and use it in another table as a foreign key. Let's say you have an orders table. By putting the user ID in the orders table, you can link the two together, and boom, just like that, you don't just have a list of users and a list of orders, you have a clear, reliable relationship that shows you exactly which user placed exactly which order. That right there is the heart of a relational database. But here's the thing. This structure isn't just about keeping things tidy. It's the secret to making the whole system incredibly reliable. It's why businesses trust it with their most important, mission-critical applications. This reliability comes from something called ACID compliance. It sounds a bit technical, but it's basically a four-part promise that your data is always safe. Let's use a bank transfer as an example. Atomicity means the entire transaction happens or nothing happens at all, no half measures. You can't have money leave one account and just disappear. Consistency makes sure the database rules are never broken, so the accounts always balance. Isolation means that if two transfers are happening at the exact same time, they won't interfere with each other and corrupt the data. And finally, durability guarantees that once that transfer is complete, it is permanent. It's safe for good, even if the power cuts out a second later. This four-part promise is why your data is safe. Now, you've probably heard about another type of database called NoSQL, with names like MongoDB. So what's the difference? Well, it really all comes down to structure. MySQL needs a predefined blueprint, called a schema, for how your data has to be organized. This is perfect for transactional things, like bank records, where consistency is king. NoSQL, on the other hand, is like a digital junk drawer. It's schemaless, it's super flexible, which makes it great for huge, sometimes messy data sets. They're just different tools for different jobs. Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now let's get to the how. What if you actually want to get your hands dirty and start using this yourself? Well, the good news is it's way more accessible than you might think. And the best part? You really don't need some beast of a machine to run it. Any modern laptop is going to be more than enough to get you started and learning. Getting it installed is actually pretty simple. The official installer bundles together three key things you need. First is the server itself. That's the actual database engine doing all the work. Then you've got the Workbench, which is a visual tool that lets you see and manage everything with clicks. And finally, the Shell, which is a powerful command line for when you want more direct control. Just run through quick configuration, set a password, and you're good to go. So, once you're all set up, you basically have two main paths you can take to start working with your new database. And they're really suited for totally different styles of work. First up, you've got MySQL Workbench. Think of this as your visual command center. It's a GUI, or graphical user interface, that lets you use buttons and menus to design tables and manage data. It's absolutely perfect if you're a beginner or just a visual thinker. Then, on the other side, you've got the command line. This is where the real power users and developers live. It's all text-based, super fast, and it's perfect for scripting and automating tasks. You can really choose whichever path feels right for you. So after all this time, with all the new tech out there, why is MySQL still such a huge deal? Well, it really boils down to three key things. First, it's incredibly scalable. It can grow from a tiny personal project to handling millions upon millions of records for huge companies. Second, its security is top-notch, giving you really fine-grained control over who can see and do what with your data. And third, its versatility is just amazing. It's the perfect tool for an astonishingly wide range of jobs, from simple websites to complex data analytics. Look, whether you're just trying to organize a personal hobby or you're dreaming of building the next big thing, MySQL provides that solid, structured, and reliable foundation you need. So really, the only question left is, now that you know the fundamentals, what amazing thing are you going to build?